What's going on? I'm jcmentalz, back again cooking up in FL Studio. This week I wanted to go ahead and make something just using stock plugins only. The only exception to that is I used Ozone 8. However, I believe Ozone 8 Elements is free right now on pluginboutique.com, so go check them out. I do have two different loop packs. They're $10 each, 11 different loops in each pack, so definitely worth the value. Also, I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so if you like the content, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notifications while you're at it. So let's go ahead and get into FL Studio, and I'll show you what I have for you this week. Alright man, so as I said, I ended up making a beat this week using FL Studio stock plugins only. The one exception to that is Ozone 8, which I believe actually is free right now on Plugin Boutique. If you do not have Ozone 8, definitely go check that out at Plugin Boutique. I am not sponsored by them. But, hey, shout out Plugin Boutique, you know? Holler at your boy. Let me get some free stuff. Anyways, man, I'm just going to go ahead and dive into how I made everything this week. Starting out, I ended up using two flex pitch instruments that I found. Starting with the first one, which was from the Essential Pianos. I'm not even going to try to butcher that. I can't even read it. My vision is not that great. Anyways, I ended up changing it up just a little bit and adjusting some of the echo as well as the space. But other than that, it is pretty much stock. You know, this is just something that's in flex. So anyways, the whole point of doing this was just to show you guys that, like, you don't have to have Omnisphere and all that stuff to make, you know, a good beat. Alright, so this is the first flex instrument. Okay, so moving on to the second flex instrument that I chose. It is from Arxon Cityscape. I believe that's how that's pronounced. So anyways, this is what that sounds like. Alright, moving right along, I ended up using, for the lead, Harmor. I don't have Harmor right now, but this is a bell sound that I found in Harmor, and because of the simple fact that I do not have Harmor, I had to bounce it out over to a wave and use it that way. So this is what the Harmor lead sounds like. So this is what all three instruments sound like together. So after I found those three instruments, I added a clap and a hi-hat too as well. So this is what everything sounds like together so far. So then the next things that I added were a rim shot and a snare. And this is what that sounds like all together with what you just heard. So I added an open hi-hat and a perk sound next on top of what I already had. So this is what everything sounds like together so far. Okay, so the next things that I added were the 808 and of course the kick. So with everything all together, this is what I have. get into the mixing real quick. With the first instrument, the piano, I added a EQ. Just took out a little bit of the high end, a little bit of the low end. That's it. So for the second flex instrument, I added an EQ as well. Just took out a little bit of the low end and the high end. For the lead instrument, which was the bells, once again, just an EQ, low, high, that's it. Didn't do anything to the 808 except sidechain it over to the kick. So the reason I sidechain over the 808 to the kick is so I can put the peak controller on it and just duck the volume of the 808 whenever the kick hits. Just to expand a little bit, I know I went back and watched the video that I just dropped last Wednesday, and I was a little kind of unclear about the description of what all these control. So the bass controls the actual volume of the fader. So what the volume knob does here, guys, is it actually tells the fader how hard to duck whenever the kick hits. The decay is the only other thing I use. I don't really use the tension here. I just leave it set as is. But the decay will just let the fader know, basically, you know, how long to stay down and how long to come back when it comes back up. So that's all that does. It's real simple. I don't set any of this stuff. So when I do link the 808 fader to the controller, what I do is I tell it just the peak. I don't do peak and LFO. I just choose the peak. And then if you do not change this, normally it's on default. You have to change it to inverted. And the reason being is because normally it will actually bump up the volume instead of duck it. But as far as the rest of this stuff goes, I did a little bit of reductive EQ and just took out the low end. And that's it. That's all I've done. And then once again for the master, I put a multi-band compressor, and then I put Ozone 8 on it. So more so when I use Ozone, I just select the master assistant. I let it do its thing. If I don't like it, or I think, I can clean it up a little bit or get it to my liking, I'll go in, adjust things how I like them, and that's it. So real basic. I don't do anything elaborate. It is what it is. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you would like to, I think I'm going to do a mix video where I actually show you like the process of me mixing and stuff. If you guys would be interested in that, make sure you let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see me make next. I do have loop packs available for the producers out there. If you guys are looking for loops, I have 2 different loop packs right now. They're $10 each, 11 different loops in each pack. Definitely worth the value. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys like the content, make sure that you're subscribing to my YouTube channel. Turn on those notifications while you're there. Support your boy. Until next time, if you don't know what it is, you should definitely find out. It's jcmentalz. Peace.
jcmentalz.